Hey guys, I'm just jumping on real quick here to tell you that your 25% off raw food discount code expires this Sunday, April 2nd. So if you haven't placed your raw food order yet, make sure you get it in by the end of this weekend so that you can have your raw food for next week. I also thought that I'd use this as an opportunity to talk to you guys about our raw food journey. As some of you might not know, Scott is actually on a raw food diet himself, and he pretty much has been since we rescued him essentially. So we rescued him from the Sarnia Humane Society, and he was pretty underweight when we rescued him. Before we took him home, we asked what kind of food he was eating so that we could go buy some. They told us that since he had been there, he was eating this very specific brand of kibble. We went and bought a massive bag, and then when we got him home, he just refused to touch it. And because he was already pretty underweight, we didn't want to run the risk of just waiting to see if he would settle in and start eating. We know that we needed a solution sooner rather than later for him. So my parents are actually feeding their dogs raw food. So when we told them about what was going on, they recommended that we check out the brand. They gave us some information. We did some research online. We decided to go grab some pretty quickly, and he absolutely gobbled it up once we brought it home. One of the first things that we noticed was that his coat was starting to look really shiny, really healthy. We were making jokes when we brought him home that his coat made him look like a stray because it was just so dull and very wiry feeling. But as soon as we switched him to raw food and he was on it for a little bit, that was the first thing that we noticed. He also started gaining healthy weight back, which a little bit too much weight at first, I will admit. But that's very normal starting a raw food diet. We were basically going off of what the online calculator told us. And then we just adjusted from there based on how much weight he was gaining, his activity levels, things like that. But it does take a while to really trial and error the feeding amounts until you get it right. The brand that we were feeding him was really expensive. The packaging constantly leaked in the fridge. We were constantly having to just clean up pools of blood out of the drawer that his food was in and constantly sanitizing it. But then when Doggo Den came out with their own, it's way more cost effective for us. We can buy in bulk, and we don't have any leaky packaging in the fridge, which has been an absolute lifesaver. And the first time we fed it to him, he almost broke his threshold before I gave him the release word because he wanted to eat it so badly. So yeah, that's our experience. Make sure you get your orders in by Sunday.